Hi student, welcome to botany class. Today we are going to see the parts of flower, whorls of flower and flower 6. So in the previous video we have completed the all type of the inflorescence. Let's we see the flower. So what is the flower? So in the beginning of this lesson we will discuss about the flower. So flower, it is a modified shoot system which comprise the node and the internode. All the flower whorls are modified leaves. Even the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So these are modified leaves. So flower is most attractive and this attraction is helpful for the pollination, especially for corolla. It is brightly in color. So the insect are attracted by this color and it is helpful for the pollination. Okay, let's we enter the topic. In plant, which part is most you like? So of course it's a flower. Why? Because it is colored, it is very much attractive in color and also the fragrance, the smell of the flower. And flower is a significant diagnostic features of angiosperm because the individual flower is only in the angiosperm. The gymnosperm and angiosperm both are seed producing plants. But in gymnosperm, it do not contain the individual flower. Here the flower are organized to form a cone-like structure. But here the individual flower is present. So that is the most diagnostic features of the angiosperm. Which one? The flower. It is a modified and condensed reproductive shoot. It is a shoot system, but it is modified and condensed. They have very much reduced node and internode region. And the flower parts are modified leaf. Modified leaf. The growth of the flower shoot is determinate. It's not like a stem and a root. The stem and root are what? Indeterminate. But the flower are determinate. Determinate means it only grow certain time. After that the growth will be arrested. So that is a determinate. So next, the parts of the flower. So when you describe the flower, we want to describe from the base to top or outward to inward. From outside to inside. Okay, so first we are going to see the pedicel. So what is the pedicel? Stalk of the flower. You hear the term petiole? So what is the petiole? It is a stalk of the leaf. Peduncle. You see the peduncle. It is a inflorescent axis. Inflorescent axis. So the pedicel is a stalk of the flower. When the flower has a stalk, the particular flower is said to be pedicellate. If the flower do not have the stalk, the particular flower is said to be sessile flower. So the presence and the absence of stalk on the pedicel, the flower it will be divided into two groups. Pedicellate flower and sessile flower. Pedicellate flower means those flower have the stalk. Sessile flower means the particular flower do not have the stalk. Okay. So the stalk of the flower is a pedicel. The flower is pedicellate or sessile depending on the presence and absence of the stalk or the pedicel. Presence of pedicel means that particular flower is called pedicellate. Absence of pedicel means the particular flower is said to be sessile flower. The flower with short rudimentary. Rudimentary means it is present but it is not visible or it is immature. So rudimentary pedicel are called subsessile flower. So sometimes very short pedicel is present, very short. That is a rudimentary. Rudimentary means not fully developed. Okay, the particular flower is said to be subsessile flower. So the flowers are broadly classified into three categories based on the presence and the absence of pedicel. That is a pedicellate, sessile and subsessile flower. In pedicellate flower, the stalk is present. Sessile flower, the stalk is absent. Subsessile flower, rudimentary, stalk is present. Very short. Stalk is present. So that is a stalk of the flower. That is a pedicel. Okay. Next, bract. So in the pedicel region, some leaf-like appendage is present. The subtending leaf or leaf-like structure of any flower is called bract. It present maybe at the base of the flower. At the base of the flower, it present in the pedicel region. So that is a bract, the leaf-like structure. Subtending leaf or leaf-like structure which present in the flower is called bract. Suppose the flower have the bract means the particular flower is said to be bracteate flower. It is said to be bracteate flower. And second one, bracteole. So it is not common for all group of the plant. It present only a certain family, certain group of plants. So the bracteole, which is present outer to the calyx, it's present outer to the calyx. So the collection of the bracteole or the word of bracteole is called epicalyx. The word of the bracteole is called epicalyx, where it is present outside the calyx. It is not common for all group of the plant. It is only present in certain group of families, certain group of plants. Suppose the flower have bracteole. The particular flower is said to be bracteolate. Suppose the flower do not have bracteole, means the particular flower is said to be abracteolate. Okay. So listen, it's a bract, it's a bracteole, which present outer, this is a calyx, outer to the calyx. It forms the whole, that is called epicalyx. Next, the thalamus, the flattened structure. Here, all the flower pods is arise from the flattened structure or flow structure. The part of the flower on which the other floral pods are attached. The part of the flower, it is a part of the flower which other floral pods are attached. The particular region is called thalamus or torus or receptacle. Thalamus or torus or receptacle. So this region. Here all the flower pods are attached. That is a receptacle. And then perion. So generally the perion are defined in two ways. In one way, the perion, it is undifferentiated calyx and corolla. The perion are undifferentiated calyx and corolla. Sometimes the perion term we can use it for the presence of both the calyx and the corolla. The walls of the flower, especially for non-essential part of the flower, is collectively called perion. Sometimes. In two ways they are used. In one way, the perion top undifferentiated calyx and corolla. that is a period. The single unit of period is called tepal. The period mostly present in monoclemidae plants, especially for monocots. Monocot also have the period. And in dicot, the monoclemidae plant have the period. So period means we can't able to distinguish. This is a calyx, this is a corolla. So such a whorls are generally called periods or perigonium. But in some other way, the period, the term is denoted for the non-essential part of the flower, that is both calyx and corolla, is collectively called period. So here they mention that undifferentiated calyx and corolla, that is a period. Undifferentiated calyx and corolla. The first one, what I say. The individual number, that is single unit of the period, is called tepal. So that is a tepal. So here the sepal and the petal, that is calyx and corolla, is collectively called period. But sometimes the period term is used for the floral whorls, especially for non-essential part of the flower. Let's we enter the flower parts. First one, non-essential parts. Which one? Non-essential part are accessory whorls of the flower. So the calyx and the corolla, sepal and the petal. It consists a non-essential part of the flower or accessory whorls of the flower. Why? Because they do not take part in the pollination, but it is held for pollination. They do not directly take part in the pollination, but it is held for pollination. That's why this is consists a non-essential part of the flower or accessory whorls. First one, sepal, the outermost whorl of the flower. The outermost whorl, so this one. Here you see the outermost whorl. So it is present the outermost. The single unit of the calyx is called sepal. Each member is a sepal. Actually, it's a calyx. The collection of sepal is called calyx. The whole of sepal is called calyx. The single unit of the calyx is called sepal. And then petal. It is a innermost accessory whorls or the second whorl of the flower. It is outermost whorl, calyx. Corolla is a second whorl of the flower or innermost whorl of the accessory whorls. Okay. So the single unit of corolla is called petal. Single unit of corolla is called petal. Mostly the petals are attractive in color. It is held for pollination. So what is the role of the calyx? So calyx is mainly held for to protect the flower in bud condition. Mostly which is green in color. The calyx are mostly green in color. Which is protect the flower during the bud condition. That is the role of calyx. And role of corolla is it help for pollination. It attracts the insect for the pollination. Next, we are going to see the essential whorl of the flower. That is a stamen, that is androecium and the gynoecium. The single unit, that is a stamen and pistil. Androecium and the gynoecium, that is the essential whorl of the flower. Because it directly take part in the pollination. Both androecium and the gynoecium directly take part in the pollination. That's why it consists an essential part of the flower. The male sex organ of the flower is an androecium, which is a third whorl of the flower. Which is a third whorl of the flower. The single unit of androecium is called stamen. This is stamen, single unit. And then pistil or gynoecium, which is the innermost whorl of the flower or fourth whorl of the flower, which is present at the center of the flower. It's a female sex organ, a female reproductive organ of the flower is called gynoecium or pistil. The single unit of gynoecium or pistil is a carpel. So that is a structure of the gynoecium. are pistil. Okay. Inside the ovary, the carpels are present. Okay. So there is an essential part. Why? Because it directly take part in the pollination. Next, whorls of flower. Again, we can repeat. There are two whorls. The flower whorls are broadly classified into two whorls. That is accessory or non-essential whorls. Essential whorls. First one is accessory whorls. This consists of calyx and the corolla. The outermost. The calyx and the corolla is a what? Accessory or non-essential whorl. Because they do not directly take part in the pollination, but it is help for pollination. The calyx, it will protect the flower during the bud condition. The corolla, it will be help for pollination. That is, it will attract the insect. So that's why it is help for the pollination. And essential whorls is comprised androecium and gynoecium because these both are directly take part in the pollination. The flower are said to be complete when it is contain all the four whorls. So next, the whorls of flower. So when the flower are said to be complete flower means it consists of all the four whorls. That is a calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Incomplete flower. It will be devoid any one or more whorls. For example, it's a complete flower because the calyx are present, corolla is present, androecium, gynoecium, all are present. So you can consider that. Here the calyx, corolla is present, but gynoecium is absent, androecium is present. Here the calyx, corolla is present, but gynoecium is present, androecium is absent. So these two flowers, it consists of incomplete flower. It's a complete flower. So sometimes instead of calyx and corolla, the period is present means the particular flower also said to be a what? Incomplete flower. Any one whorl among the four. What are the four whorls? Calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Among the four whorls, any one whorls are absent means the particular flower is said to be an incomplete flower. It may be non-essential whorls or essential whorls. Next, the flower sex. The flower sex is referred to the presence and the absence of androecium and gynoecium. So, based on the flower whorls, all the four whorls are present means that is a complete flower. Any one whorls are absent means that is an incomplete flower. So, here what they say, flower sex, depending on the sex organ. If both the sex organs are present, that is both androecium and gynoecium are present means the particular flower is said to be a perfect and bisexual flower. Perfect flower means both androecium and gynoecium are present. That is a bisexual. Both the sex organs present the same flower. Imperfect or unisexual flower. Here the any one sex organs are absent. Any one sex organs are absent. That is imperfect. When the flower contains only one of the essential whorls. Because the flower sex depends on only androecium and gynoecium. Androecium and gynoecium are essential whorls. That is called imperfect flower. There are two types, staminate flower and pistillate flower. Staminate and pistillate. So here, so it's a staminate flower. There is no gynoecium. It's a pistillate flower. There is no androecium. So staminate flower means only androecium is present. Pistillate flower only gynoecium is present. Androecium is present with the particular flower said to be male flower. Gynoecium is present with the particular flower said to be a female flower. Thank you, student. So that's all about the flower pots, flower whorls and flower sex. Thank you, student.